Yeah. So, guys, today we will learn about how to refund the amount from the Braintree. So, yesterday, in the last video, we already discussed about the how can we implement Braintree integration in our mobile or any client-side application. So, in the last video, we already completed get the how can we implement the Braintree payment gateway, and after that we can get the transaction ID. So today we will discuss about the refund process, and for the refund process, of course we need the transaction ID. So let's start. How can we implement the refund process? So firstly, we will need the transaction ID, and this transaction ID is something like 7H and H3TY kinds of. It's look like this kinds of transaction ID should be you can get over there, and you will get this transaction ID, and after that, of course, this all process will handle by the server side because we need the Braintree gateway, and this Braintree gateway you will get from server side with the help of some token key and the auth key, and all the process you will get it from your developer account from the Braintree dashboard. So the refund process will happen only the server side, because in the server side you can easily get the Braintree gateway object, and after that you can perform the refund process. So let's see what is the method and how can you will get the refund. So first, we already have the transaction ID, and second one, Braintree gateway object. Okay, so when you will get the Braintree gateway object, you will use this one, something like gateway dot transaction dot refund, sorry, it's the refund, and pass the transaction ID here. So this gateway object you will get from the Braintree gateway class, and you can get easily from all the things related to the server object, and gateway dot transaction, then refund what you want to refund, just pass the transaction ID, and this method will return you a transaction result. So this will return a transaction result. Okay, so this result have the method like it's success is success. If this transaction ID is valid, then it will be success, and you will get the it's success true, otherwise it will false. And I also this can throw the exception like this transaction ID is not exist, this transaction ID is already refunded, this transaction ID is not refund it because the amount is not settled. So let's discuss about what is the settled amount and non-settled amount. So it's like settled and not settled. Okay, so first time when you will like when you transaction perform transaction, then this you will get transaction ID. This transaction ID is not settled in the starting time, and it will take some time to be settled, like 1 to 2 hours. And meanwhile it's taking it's take time to be settled, like perform a fully transaction at their end. I mean the amount will transfer from your account to the buyer account to the seller account. So it will take to 1 to 2 hours, and after 1 to 2 hours it will be fully settled. Fully settled. Before that it is not settled. So if your amount is settled, then you can refund. Otherwise you will get message your amount is not settled yet, so you can not refund it. So you also have to check your amount is settled or not. If not, then you cannot refund your amount. If settled, then you can easily get a refund, and only one time you can perform the action. After that, next time you will get your amount is already refunded. So this is related to all the Braintree refund things. Anything if you want, accept this one. What is the step, what is the code, and what is the sample application. So I will mention all the things in the description one, so you guys can get it. So next video will upload in the next day related to some strict mode. And also I will upload the Braintree implementation in iOS. So I will also upload this video in the later, but firstly we will upload this strict mode. So till now, thank you.